What is going on, everybody? It is your boy. Welcome into Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews, and of course, you know who I am. I am Mr. Fat Boy, aka the realest man in Fragcom, aka here is the timestamp when this video actually will get started, aka the shield-free man in Fragcom, aka the hardest working man in Fragcom. I put in the work, baby. Content. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if you are new to this channel and you just found it, baby, then come on in. Hit the like and subscribe. Join the Fat Boy family. We love to have you, a place of positivity, of energy. And I promise you my best effort every time, baby. Now, we got a great bougie versus budget today. I can't wait to talk about this one. This one's been years in the making. I cannot wait to get up in it. But first, I want to say, if you want to sample either one of these, you can go over to fatboyfragrance.com. Fatboyfragrance.com, the best place to pick up fragrance decants is fatboyfragrance.com, where the customer is always right. Do not forget about the road to 10K. Details are below. Once we hit 10K, we will have a three prize giveaway and the ultimate prize giveaway on the live stream when we do it. It's going to be an amazing event. Make sure you're there. Cannot wait to do it. We're closing in, and slowly but surely we're getting there. The road to 10K, baby. Thank you so much for the love. And if you are subscribed already, check and make sure you're still subscribed. All right, let's go. Let's get all up in it, baby. You know how we do it. No edits, no do-overs. I do one take, and I always get it right. Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews starts now. Baby, we are back. Now, about 2 years ago, I bought a fragrance from Dua called Uptown. And right here it is. And I did a video on it. And I fell in love with the fragrance. And I'll leave the link for this video below if I remember to do it below here. This fragrance was amazing. I loved it. I said, one day I'm going to own the real deal. And it was an inspiration of a fragrance from Roja called Manhattan. And at one point I had it bought, but it fell through. And then I finally got it. And now I own it. I picked mine up at Vemba. And here it is. Finally owned the real deal. Here it is. Roja's Manhattan. Now, here is Dua's version. They call it Uptown. Here is the real deal Manhattan. This will set you back anywhere from $250 to $350, depending on where you can find it. Retail on this and the Roja site's way more than that. This is a 3.4 ounce. This is a 34 ounce. This is a $70, I think an $80 Dua if I'm correct. On sale, you can get it for about $45 from Dua. So this one is definitely more, a lot more. When I got it, I fell in love with this fragrance. I wore it a lot. It was one of those fragrances I just loved the way it smelled. And I said, one day I will own the real deal. But how close is it to the real deal? And when I wore the real deal, I said I knew I was going to do a bougie versus budget with these. Now, how I do my bougie versus budgets is three ways. First, we compare how close they are in the opening. Second, how do they perform? How they perform against each other? Which one lasts longer? Third, what is the overall experience? Can the cheaper version live up to the more expensive version? It doesn't have to be a perfect clone of it, but how close does it get? We'll go ahead and put the more expensive one right here. On the watch channel, we'll put the cheaper one right here, the bougie and the budget. All right, here we go. One more good look at that Roja bottle. Look at that beautiful bottle. Look at that thing. Beautiful. All right, here we go. We'll put the Roja Manhattan right here. I absolutely love this fragrance too. It is gorgeous. Oh, it just smells amazing. How can I describe this smell? It's just ambery, leathery, sweet, and perfect. And just a gentleman's fragrance all the way through. Rich, and probably the most mass appealing Roja out there, in my opinion, when it comes to this style of fragrance. All right, so we got it on there. Now let's put the Duo one on the other hand, and we'll compare them. First impressions. All right. Right off the bat, the Roja smells a little sweeter in the air to this one. This one smells a little bit more woody. On the skin, I would say that the Duo is a little cheaper on the skin compared to the Roja. As far as closeness to the novice, you couldn't probably tell the difference. I can, since I own the real deal. Now, when I do a bougie versus budget, you gotta own the real deal, right? You can't compare it if you don't have the real deal. So, first impression overall, I'm gonna say the Duo is probably 89% there. I prefer this still over this. Now it's super close. It's kind of close, not really that close. It's about 85%, I'm going to say. The Duo smells cheap compared to this. I never noticed it, so I compared them side by side. Now I can definitely tell the cheapness is there. Okay, so that round goes to the Bougie for sure. What are the performance of these two fragrances? Now I wore them side by side for 2 days, and I gotta tell you, the budget does not beat the Bougie when it comes to performance. The Roja still outperformed the Duo, and I didn't think that was going to happen. And these both performed really well. We're talking 6 to 8 hours easy on your skin. On your shirt and clothing, these are beast mode performing fragrances. Both of them are. These are great performing fragrances. But the Duo died out at about 6 hours. This one lasted 8 to 10. Just a phenomenal performing fragrance. So, for the volume that you get compared to this, you're looking at the value. Now, here's the deal. When this came out, this was not readily available at $225, $250. This was closer to $400. You could see the value then more for the Duo. But now, as you can find it cheaper, maybe Uptown isn't as good as a value buy as it used to be. So maybe if I would have had it earlier, this budget would have probably been a bigger difference. But if you still only want to spend a little bit of money, you can see the value in this. Okay, what is the overall experience of these two? I would say that the Duo kind of gets closer. It still has this cheapness that you just can't replicate what you get with the Manhattan overall. It stays around 85 to 80% close, which to me is a fail. It's not close enough. It definitely has the essence of Manhattan. It's not close enough to me. So overall, if you can afford Manhattan, definitely get Manhattan. This victory goes to the Bougie. Duo goes down on this one. It doesn't perform as good, doesn't smell close enough. And now that this one has become cheaper, you can find Manhattan at good prices and get 4 times the amount of volume too. Maybe I'll find a Middle Eastern house that maybe has done this as good. I haven't found one yet. All right, so that's it. One of my favorite fragrances is this fragrance right here. Don't get me wrong. I love Manhattan. It's a beautiful fragrance. One of my favorite Rojas, no doubt. All right, that's all the time I got. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good day. Y'all stay safe. And if you smell good and you feel good, then it's going to be all good. Fatboy Fragrance Reviews is out.
Smell that, fat boy, ain't no shilling his set. Paid for the bottles, never ducked the debt. Authenticity, dripping every cent I get. Frauds need a